You see, we are created in a magnificent vibration, in an absolutely magnificent vibration. Born risk takers. Free. That conditioning takes place after birth. You can change it. It takes guts. It takes goals. Now, do you know something? You're sitting there watching this and you're thinking, by God, I'm going to change something. Now we say, keep reminding yourself that you have tremendous reservoirs of potential within you, and therefore you are quite capable of doing anything you set your mind to. You really can. I don't care what the cynics tell you. Quit listening to some of your peers. Now all you must do is figure out how you can do it, not whether you can or not. When are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? You've got to create a sense of urgency. I'm going to do it right now.
If you can see it, you can do it. But the beautiful truth is you can do anything. We got to know there is a place. There is a specific frequency. And if you get on that frequency, you're going to attract what you need to you. This is what it's all about. Why have you been endowed with such awesome powers? If you'll make a committed decision, this I'm going to do. And you don't have to know how. You do not have to know how. The second you make the committed decision, you flip your brain onto the frequency that you have to be on to attract what you have to attract to manifest the thing that you want. If you can see it, you can do it. It's got to be something you want. Wants come from inside. Act like you're already there. Walk, talk, speak, live like you're already there. Don't set a small goal. Don't set something that doesn't really wind your stem. Set it so big it jazzes you. It really gets you going. When something of a very high nature resonates with the very high side of you, you'll know it. You'll know it. You will feel it. Feeling is conscious awareness of vibration. The only prerequisite, do you want it? Not do you need it, not could you do it. The only prerequisite is, do you want it? Take the lid off your marvelous mind and dream. For goodness sake, give yourself the right to do that. Get your analytical mind out of the way. Put it in your pocket for a while. All you're doing is exploring, daydreaming. What did Lawrence say? All men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night in the dusty recesses of their mind waken the day to find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act their dream with open eyes to make it possible. This I did.
I nearly started talking without unmuting myself then. Hey Joey, how you doing? And welcome to Freedom, Health and Lifestyle. And of course, this is personal development with a business plan. And we're going to get into some of this. I'm continuing with the back to business theme. And I wanted to go through some of the stuff that Joey's working on and that I'm working on too, so we can share, so you can find out a little bit more about what we do and how you can get involved if you want. But look, hold on. We've also got the My Why Tribe, and this is to help people find their why, live with purpose, and grow together. There is a WhatsApp community. The link is in the description. Feel free to go there. You know, if you're struggling to find out your purpose or your reason why, you want to go there. You know, because you never know. You know, you probably are better than you think you are, and you probably can do more than you think you can do. And you deserve better. We all want better. And that's what this is about. And of course, this is episode 117, Back to Business Part 2. And like I was saying, it's all about thinking and doing better. So don't forget, like, subscribe, share, click the notification button. You'll know when we're on, usually around about the same time every week, except for when the clocks go back, you know, and I screw up. Right? So apart from that, not much more to say, but to introduce my good friend, Joey Unger.
I'm checking to make sure I'm not muting. Mike, good day. I just want to, before I introduce myself, I just want to say that I'm currently turn on my Facebook Live, just
Yep.
to my audience and my community, our conversation tonight. First of all, I just like to say thank you so much for the opportunity. Since we start this journey together, you know, I think you can agree that we didn't have a game plan. We didn't have any, we were not ready. We were not, we were both rookie in some way in regard to the podcasting. But we both make the decision to go all in and just add value to people's. And, you know, I'm so grateful that we have the opportunity every week. And I think our little conversation, 1 hour every Sunday has helping us grow as a person, have the awareness, and give us something to take away throughout the week and add value to people's life. And I know, the good things about technology. This is recording in YouTube, in Freedom Health and Lifestyle, Mike McKillian YouTube channel. And one thing that I learned from my mentors, imagine your life. It's like there's a camera following you every single day. And in old days we document there in a journal, but nowadays we have a piece of device, whether it's a mobile phone or a laptop or iPad, that we can document our journey, and hopefully one day someone will look up our conversation and have some awareness and think, if they can do that, maybe I can do the same. Or
Absolutely. Yeah.
or they can pay it forward to other people. They see something that we talk about it, and there was a light bulb moment there, and they can share it with other people. Hey, my name is Joy Makaunga from Sydney, Australia. I always share that because my name is very important to me because of the people that my dad named after me. It's part of me taking their legacy with them, and I hope I make them proud. And also my last name. I share my story. I'm just an islander boy. Used to climb coconut tree very well back at home. Not anymore now, but I live in Australia for 22 years now, and very grateful for the people that I come in contact with, including my good friend here, Mike McKillian, all the way from the Republic of Ireland. Mike, the stranger become friends and friend become a family, and you're like a mentor, coaching, and an older brother to me. So you pour your belief into me, and I take your belief with me, even though I didn't have that belief. But I said, if Mike believe in me, there's something that people see that I don't see. So I take it with me, and I thank God every day that I have a good friend and good people like yourself to
And I appreciate you too, Joey. And I think it's important to remember that you can take the boy, off the island, but you can't take the island out of the boy, right? And
absolutely.
right? So, but amazing. Look, Joe, like you mentioned growth. Like it's just, it's one of those things, isn't it? That you're always growing, and if you're not trying to improve or trying to get better, or trying to think better, you're going backwards. And that's why it can be very, very hard, to change, because we get into this comfort zone, don't we? Even in business, you get into this comfort zone. There's a fear of losing what you've built and all this kind of stuff. There's things that go on, but you have to face those fears. And you talk about this with fear, false evidence appearing real, and all this kind of stuff. And that's kind of it. And it's but business is a lot easier nowadays. It's a lot easier to get started in business. And I suppose that's a difficult word. Some people say, I was talking to a young lady yesterday. She was applying to my company to work for us. And I always do a video call. I always do a video call with that person. And I don't do a traditional type of interview. I want to get to know the person. I want to get to know the authentic, the real person. Do you know what I mean? So I talk about, what their vision is, what they want to do with their life, and what they've been doing up until now, and all of these types of things. And this girl works in the TV world, and although she produces stuff, she wouldn't call herself a producer. And I was saying, and she's looking for a new job. She's in between kind of things. And I said, well, why not start your own production company? And she's like, well, I just don't think I've got the business skills or anything else. No one has the business skills when they start a business. No one. You've got to learn on the way. And I was saying to her, I said, it sounds to me like you've got all the experience. You're just lacking an idea. And she's like, maybe you're right. And that's the beauty of what you do and what I do, is that you don't even need to have an idea. You just need to be passionate about something. Like you, when I think of you 5 years ago, 2020, in this situation that you found yourself in, you weren't sure, you knew you wanted to change, right? You were ready to change. You knew you wanted to change. And once you make that decision, we see it in the video, once you make that decision to change, the ideas start coming. Do you know what I mean? And you knew that you needed to get in better physical health, because one of the things you wanted to do, you wanted to be there for your family. So you already had a reason why. So you got a new reason why, most important thing in the world, right? New reason why, and then you just needed a vehicle. And then you came across, this company, and we're going to share this on the screen because I want you to talk me through, and share with everybody about this company and how, obviously, they can, get in touch with you to learn more about it. So this is the Isogenics, and in fact, I'm just going to put this on the screen so anybody can go here and check it out. Okay, so obviously this is your web page here. We know it's your web page because it says your name at the top of the screen, right up here, Joe Younger, independent, or Isogenics independent associate. And what does that mean? It means you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And of course, when you join this company, they give you this website for free. So talk us through it, Joey.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. When you say your journey about the business and business side, one of the things that come to me is one of my mentor, Jim Rohn. And like you said, it's easy to start a business nowadays, and even young generation, they create more creative, than us, the older generation, or the average generation. So, Jim Rohn said you can buy 2 bikes and you ride one and you rent the other one. Then you in business.
Yeah.
And in property, you can buy one property, and put a granny flat at the back, and you live with your family at the front, and you rent the back, and you have into business. So, but coming to our business and the business that we do, and the company or the vehicle that we found and we partnership with, we become an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur, for me, the best description and definition for me of entrepreneur is by Sir Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin brand, airline, the Virgin airline and Virgin recording, company, and cruising line. Anyway, he said that entrepreneur is people that say yes to the opportunity, and they just tell the world, this is where I want to go, this is where I want to build, and they just went and figured it out. And we know it's not easy, it's simple, but it's not easy because you have to learn about yourself first before you learn to teach others to do the same thing. And it comes with a lot of learning, self-development, a lot of time to master the skill. You have to consistent. You have to show up. And it's and we know, in our journey that sometimes we don't feel like doing anything, but we have been encouraged to get the result that we want in life. We have to show up consistently, no matter what. Just turn up. And why we turn up? We turn up to add value to people's life. And my story. 5 years ago, I was in a hospital bed in 2020. With a major event that very seriously, I ended up in operation theater to open my artery to check to see if there any blockage in my heart. And thank God they didn't find anything, but I believe it was from stress and physical strain, and maybe financial strain in the mind, of living in overseas. You have to pay everything. Is you have to pay rent, pay the mortgage, pay the bills. Nothing is like free back in the island. I share that. Living in the island is you live out of the land and the sea. You're able to survive. But in living overseas, everything is you need money to pay for those things to able to support your family. And I decided from a hospital bed to change my life, and I have to let go two of my source of income, which is my part-time job. I used to stacking self-ed calls from 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. and sometimes I stay back to 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. It was hard. It was take a toll on my health. I didn't have enough time to sleep. I didn't have eat properly. I just want to put something in my body to just keep me going. And I start to realize I was, very tired, exhausting, burnout, to a point I didn't know that I was, going to end up in the emergency with a serious medical condition that, I'm still grateful to be here. So our company, the vehicle, and that's the reason I let go the things that doesn't add value to me, that doesn't help my health. And of course, when you let go some of your source of income, especially when you work by yourself at that time, my wife become a full-time mom to look after my kids, our children. And I was looking for opportunity that help my health and also allow me to earn income on the side. And when I found the vehicle and the company that aligned with my value, with my core purpose in life, I was so happy that I found it, because if we didn't have something like that, I think someone's have to invented it. And before I give back to you to continue on the question, I just want to say that our company is a health and wellness company. And it's funny, I share my story. I grew up in the island. My mom was using natural remedy, mixing leaf and to heal some medical condition back in the island, whether it's the infant or adult, or I remember every morning we have to drink some greeny, thick liquid stuff, plant-based, before we eat our breakfast. And some of them, the smell was awful, and if the people watching this, we call it the lalatahi, man. As soon as I put the cup to my nose, I couldn't stand it. I feel like I'm going to vomit. But now I understand. It's funny. I end up work and build my business in a health and wellness company. And my mom always appear in my testimony. You know why? Because, that's the most important things that I have in life. And then someone tell me what is the most valuable or important asset that I have in life, I tell them it's my health. If I don't have my health, how can I enjoy life? How can I enjoy the lifestyle, the wealth that I accumulate in life? So our company is a health and wellness. And one of our vision is to impact the world health and free people from physical and financial pain. And before, when I first started 4 years ago, I did my apprentice, and now I just got recognized to be part of the leadership in our company to expand my reach. I realized that I have been playing small. I have been hiding a lot, but it takes time. Everything in life take time. To build a business, it takes time. A lot of business they give 5 years, and I do that. 4 years now, and I keep 5 years to the business. But you know what? I haven't got the income that I want to earn, but I have grown as a person, and I think that's the most rewarding thing in my journey. And now I'm in the leadership pool, and have the ability to extend my reach and grow my business globally now. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I'm so grateful for this company for allowing me to be entrepreneur and able me to make a positive impact in people's life. And if you ask me nowadays, what do you do, Joey? I'll tell you this. I'm professionally, I'm work as a full-time as a biomedical engineer, and I work part-time for the Australian Army as a combat engineer. But you know what I'm passionate about? I like to transform people's body and also transform their bank account, and that's what I do. So, Mike, sorry it take a long to answer that question, but I'm very grateful that you asked me that question.
Well, listen, we're only just getting started, and don't forget the link is on the screen there, joeyunger1.isogenics.com/en -au. So take a note of that, right? And when you go to this website, go and check it out. This is Joey's website here, right? So, like I was saying, you can see it's Joey's website because it says Joey's name at the top, and I'm on the About page. Go and check out the About page. Their story, no compromise on products, all kinds of different things. This Kickstart, Joey, this Kickstart 90, is this like a 90-day plan to try and get yourself in the best shape that you've been maybe in the last decade? Is that what it's about? Should we watch this quick video just in case anybody wants to see?
Absolutely.
Take a second.
Welcome to IsoBody Kickstart 90, a 90-day full-body transformation challenge built around a supportive community, happening 4 times a year and supported by scientifically proven products with a 30-day money-back guarantee. The challenge is a catalyst for creating healthy habits, losing weight, gaining muscle, and most importantly, building confidence. Keen to get started? Simply download the IsoLife app or head to isogenics.com to register. Submit your before photos and meet the required purchased amount each quarter to support your transformation journey. Stay motivated by joining the supportive online community and stay tuned for dedicated Kickstart 90 in-person workouts and social events. Each quarter, participants have the chance to win exclusive cash prizes and merch, plus first-time participants receive a generous product coupon upon completion. Ready to begin? Register for the next challenge happening soon.
Now, thinking about that, Joe, there's no better reason to get started right now. Christmas is only around the corner. People are going to be going to different events. They're going to be meeting up with friends and family and things like this. Imagine getting started on something like this, and just dedicating the next, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, to transform your life. Imagine how you're going to look and feel when you turn up at your family's, event. You're going to look amazing, and your friends are going to be like, "Oh my God, you look incredible. What have you been doing?" And what a great way to kickstart your business, Joey. Because you're going to have the opportunity and say, "Well, hey, listen, I've been doing this. You could do it too." And that's just something that you can do, because that's really what it's about, isn't it? It's about using the products, and this is basically what network marketing is. You get involved with the company for yourself, you use the products, you get a result, and then you share the products with other people. And, so there's 2 ways that people can get involved. They can either get involved as a customer, just to use the products themselves, or they can get involved, as a a business partner, you know, where they can actually use the products, share the products, you know, and earn commissions. Basically, that's right, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's funny every time I watch this video, I learn something. Not only you transform your body, but it's build your confidence. And if you've seen a lot of photos that I put up on my Facebook, how I was from the expression of my body language, I was not happy, I was unhealthy, I was unhappy, and I was not very successful. But since I decided to put the right feel into my body, and challenge myself and involve in a program that have a system that tailor for my goals, whether it's to lose weight, to feel good, to feel more energy, um, have a toned body, look good, my confidence start to build up. And like I said, if you
Yeah,
see
hey, I'm going to shock you now. Yay!
Oh my God. Look at that belly, mate.
Yeah, but
You
look at
know,
it now. Huh?
a big difference, and I never stopped doing the challenge because, in the army, it encourages you. If you see one of the advertise for the Australian Army, it's one of the phrase they said, challenge yourself. And that's what I do. I just keep challenge myself. It's 8 grand, 800, 8,000 in money price if you won the first prize, and I think it's half that if you become second. But it's not the money; it's the person I become on the journey, and that's what I do it. Not only that I have the transformation of my body and my bank account, but I feel more confident. I feel like, I show up, my I put my clothes on, it used to be tight, very tight, and I used to,
And this is where you started, Joe. This was
mm,
your starting position here,
yeah,
right?
in hospital bed. All the
Incredible.
wire hooked up to my body.
Yeah, yeah. And that's where you made the decision to change, you know, from this position. And you can see, you know, you've gone from that
Mm,
to, you know, hold on, to this. Look at
yeah,
that. That's a big difference, Joe. You know, and one you should be really proud of. You know, give yourself a pat on the back, and at the same time remember it's only 6 inches from a kick up the arse too, right? So, you know,
absolutely.
and that's what you got. You got to kick up the arse,
Mm,
you know.
yeah,
And you've worked hard, and you know, and you've done it, you know, through growth, through change. Now, to be honest, you know, I don't think we should, you know, we can talk about, you know, isogenics, and you know, we can talk about network marketing, but there's more to network marketing than just sharing a product. Because, you know, and you mentioned it at the very beginning, you talked about growth, and it's that personal growth. You know, like you actually, you know, were part of Bob Proctor's training course, which is all about personal development, which is all about, you know, thinking into a better position in life. And clearly you studied, you know, so it's not just about having a good vehicle. The vehicle is important. Is it, you know, like you can have a great job, you know, you can have a great career, you know, you could open a traditional business. I think network marketing is a traditional business personally. And I say that because the industry of network marketing has been around over 60, 70 years. Do you know what I mean? So it's very traditional. You know,
yeah,
you know, just like if you open a store, you still have to sell products, or you're selling services. Network marketing is the same, except, you know, you are the store, you're selling the products and the services for that company. We all do that type of stuff. But it's not just about that. It's about the personal development. It's about creating new habits. It's about creating disciplines, right? You know, talk about that. You know, talk about the personal development side of things, Joe.
absolutely. Yeah. Mike, one of the things that I'm very, very proud, and, I pat myself on the back for it. It's I learned to lead myself before I lead other people. And in the other people I'm talking about, it's first is my family. Since I make the commitment, my family seen me. I still remember when my son took and my wife took me to the emergency. and they told me they have to do operation on me to find out what's really caused the problem. My son was crying all the way home, and my wife told me, and I never forget that. And that's one of the things I do. What I do, I prioritize my health first, my personal growth, because I know to attract the result and the wealth, the abundance that I have in life, I have to match that. And the transformation, the big advantage of my personal growth is when I learn to lead myself first before I lead my family. Guess what happened now? My wife is walking, do her walking every day, before she go to work, that we all eat well, put the right fuel into our body. My kids went to work, and then they come back, they more the responsibility to go to work out at the gym, do their own routine. I don't have to say to them, look, you have to get up and go and do something about your health.
So you're influencing people around you by your actions, by your change and your growth. And to be honest, it's a great example of how people follow people, and they're following you because they see you doing it. They see you changing. They see your body changing. They see your mentality changing, and they're thinking, I want that, and that's what network marketing is, because people buy people, and if you're not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk, and that's what you have to do. You have to become a product of the product. You have to use the products, get results. But it's the discipline and the consistency. Because a lot of people, Joey, they buy self-help books, right? They never read them. They put them on the shelf, they never read them.
True, very true.
They buy products to lose weight. They put them in the cupboard, they never use them. And then they say, oh, that stuff doesn't work. It does work, but you have to work it. You have to do the work. The result comes after you do the work. It doesn't come before. Do you know what I mean? So, look, you have to want something. And that's the key. The key is to, in fact, you said it best. Intentionally act on the thing you want. So if you want to be 50 pounds lighter, you have to intentionally act on that thing that you want. Now, does that mean, eating the same things that you do now? Probably not. Does that mean, doing the same amount of exercise or movement that you do now? Probably not. It means you're going to have to do some things differently. You're going to have to act intentionally, excuse me, on that thing that you want, and that's a quote from Joey, by the way. That's not me. That's Joey saying this, and Joey's an example of doing it. So listen, don't forget, look, you can go to Joey's website here. The link was on the screen. There it is. So the link is on the screen right now. So don't forget, you can go there. And if you are looking to try and maybe get in better shape, why not do the Kickstart Challenge? And you can go down here and you can actually, if you just go to, let me see, how do I get to Joey's page? And you can just go here. You can just go right here, or you can get in touch with them on Facebook. But there's a contact form down here. You can just fill out. Right at the very bottom. Just put in your name, your email, your best email, telephone number, and of course, it's a good time to call. And Joey will reach out to you and get you started. Joey will be your mentor. So I would encourage everybody to do that. Brilliant. This is a great website, Joey. There's a lot of information on here, especially along the top. When you look at the weight management information. Look how much stuff there is in here. All the different types of products that you can get. Also, you've got the natural beauty stuff. I know that you use this stuff yourself, Joe. You've got a great story about, like your wife giving out to you about stealing her beauty, stealing her youth, daily nutrition stuff. And like this, targeted health. So there's lots of information here. Pro Amp workout. That AMP stuff is really good. If you've never used it, you want to try that. Do you know the first time I used that, Joe? I'll be honest with you. I thought I was having a bloody heart attack. I did. Because you take it 15 minutes before you do a workout, and I'm lucky enough to have a gym at home, and so I got it and I drank it, and I could feel my hands all start to tingle, and my arms were all tingly. And I sat on the stairs thinking, bloody hell, I'm having a heart attack here. What's happening? Do you know what I mean? Because like, my body was tingling. And I spoke to a good friend of ours, Megan McCurdy, and I told her what. Now I went on, I did, I jumped on the elliptical trainer and stuff like this, the weight machine anyway, and I just but what I found was that, it felt effortless. Do you know what I mean? It really did. I felt like I had more strength and everything else, more endurance. And I spoke to Megan about it afterwards, and I was saying, that I had all these pins and needles all in my body. She said, that's your body just firing up. Like that's whatever's in it. It just fires your body up. An incredible product. Okay. Now this is about us page. I definitely recommend, going to this about us page, because there's information here about build a business. Let's just have a quick look. Become an associate, right? Boost your income, join a community of leaders, embrace a opportunity. Of course, there's compensation. I think there is a video as well. Yeah, watch a compensation plan video. Definitely go there and check that out. And Joey can go through that with you anyway. And it's pretty straightforward. It's not complicated. That video is quite, it's the one I think it is. Let me just have a quick look. Oh, look, wants me to log in.
Yeah, Mike, I just want to, chime in there because we talk about personal development, about making decisions and, discipline, stay consistent. This is one of my favorite book, for those people that are watching the live, if you get a chance, maybe in the library, but I recommend buy the book, because buy the book, you deposit something to receive something. And a lot of the time we want things for free. And I noticed this with our community, with my Tongan Islander community. When I invite them to take a look at something, they want it for free. And I know for sure they won't value what I share with them, because all they want is something for free. And people who want something for free, they never value the things. Especially when it comes to health, a lot of people don't value, because our health was given for us for free. Since we were born, it was given for us for free. Our spirit, our mind. But that's another thing that a lot of people don't look after that. They abuse that, with the food, with the alcohol, with the thing they see, the thing they listen to. And this book here has changed my life a lot. Our mentor, Bob Proctor, favorite book is Think and Grow Rich. And Think and Grow Rich, chapter 8, I believe, is talk about decision. And decision, the person who wrote the book studied more than 500 successful people at that time. And what he found out, that successful people, the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people, they make decisions very quickly, and they delay to change that decision, or they don't change it at all. But unsuccessful people, they don't make decisions very quickly, and sometimes they don't end up make decisions at all. And here is kind of the proving of this. Every time I share with someone what I do and encourage them to take a look, you know what they told me, Mike?
Wow.
I don't have the time. I'm going to do it when I have the time. I'm going to do it when I finish my degree. I'm going to do it when the kids are finished school. That's why you're never going to move forward in life, because you never make a decision. And that's why successful people are successful and have a lot of abundance in life, because they make decisions very quickly and they don't change it at all. So, decision is very important. Know where you are. And I think this is the concept that I need to drill into our audience. Know where you are, whether it's your health, whether it's your financial health, whether it's your mental health or financial health. Know where you are. Have a quick look. What is the position of my financial health? What is the position of my physical body now? Am I living the life that I want? Am I having the energy that I want? Or I am struggling in life? And if you want to change that, The only thing that you have to do is to make a decision. And Bob said the only condition in life for those decisions is, do you really want it? And I think that's the question that if you can take away from our podcast tonight, is to ask yourself, do I really want to be healthy? Do I really want to improve the my financial position? Do I really want to improve my career development? Do I really want to improve the quality of my relationship, my lifestyle? Ask yourself, honestly ask yourself, do I really want it? Because if you don't want it, there's excuses and excuses and alibi and excuses and alibi coming your way. And I, one thing I learned when I develop myself and I learn in the personal growth is the way the language that people use. They said, "Oh, I wish I can do that. I don't have the money to buy that. I don't have the money to start something. You know, I didn't finish my school. I didn't get a degree. Do something about it. You know, why don't you change your language and ask, how can I do that? How can I do what you do? How can I have the body that you have? How can I have the health that you have? How can how can I go from A to B? How can I change my environment? How can I change my discipline? How can I change my financial position? A lot of people, they happy where they are, and it's no problem with it. But the sad thing in life is people never make a decision. And Bob said it in his video. When we were born as a risk taker. And here is the proof. A baby, when the baby start growing and start to want to walk, they do everything to do that. And as an adult, when we look at that, we try to avoid them from doing what the baby really want to do. But the baby just keeps standing up, fall down, standing up, fall down, and finally, because he just keep trying, because there's no fear there, all of a sudden he walk. And that's how life it is. We're born risk taker, and a lot of people don't want to be a risk taker. They just be happy where they are. They just be comfortable where they are. They don't want to push the boundary. They don't want to move from another country. Look at me. I grew up in a small island. I got everything that I have to survive, to live, from the land and the sea. But when God called me, I say yes. I tell the world, and I let go of my comfortable zone, my parents, my sibling, my environment, my church, and I came to Australia with nothing. Thank God for my wife for sponsoring me and applying my paper, and I came here. And when I came here, I see there's a lot of opportunity in this country. There's a lot of honey and milk in this country. So I went after it. When I have the understanding that for things to change in life, I have to change. For things to getting better, I have to get better. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Develop a new skill. Learn a new environment. Surround yourself with the right people. Associate with the people that they have belief in you. And that's why I love associating with Mike, because he poured into me. He tell me, Joey, I see something in you. You're gonna be successful one day. You're gonna go places one day. And this year, within 1 year, I've been 11 places. With God help, army, work, business. I have no idea how I do that. But because I make a decision 5 years ago for my hospital bed, for things to change, I have to change. And I didn't sit there and just wishing and hoping. I actually go out and seek, knock, and ask. And the Bible said, if you seek, knock, and ask, the door will be open to you. Someone will tell you, show you the way. And if you knock, someone will open the door for you. And if you knock and the door is not open, keep knocking. And when the homeowner are annoying, he said, all right, come in. I'll give you what you want. It's fundamental from the Bible, for my faith. And I'm glad I found this professional, because this professional challenged me every single day, to go out there and just share the good news. There's a better way. Network marketing is not perfect. I have to be transparent with that. You have to put in the work. You have to develop yourself, develop the skill. But it's better. It's better for an average person, a homestay mom, a person who works as a concrete, truck driver, taxi driver, a nurse, a school teacher, doctor, engineer, lawyer, warehousing. They have an opportunity to do something so they can pay what they're worth. Because in our employee, it's kept. If you are a doctor, you pay as a doctor. And if you are a storeman, you pay as a storeman. And if you want to pay more, you have to study, to get a degree, to apply for a better job. But in our professional, if you want to earn 500 a week and you do the work, absolutely. And if you want to earn more than 500 a week, maybe 1,000 a week, absolutely. And if you want to earn 10,000 a week, you can have it. If you really, really want it, make a decision, do the work, stay consistent, show up, and believe in yourself. Build your belief. Believe in yourself first. Believe in your company. Believe in the product that you put in your body. Believe in everything you do. Believe in your partnership, in your business partner, and just go after it. Mike, I'm sorry.
No. I'm just looking at some of these slides here. So I know you can't see them. I'll show them quickly. So obviously, very, very straightforward. This is just for, compensation for, selling some products, as you were saying, and you were talking about you've got to do the work, Joe, right? And that is so important. You mentioned earlier on, people are saying that they don't have time to do things when I finish college, or when I do this, when I do that, I've got no time to do things. Funny thing is, you speak to a lot of people, I speak to a lot of people who are thinking about going back to college to, upskill, so that they can get a better job. The truth is, the job market is changing, with the introduction of AI and things like this. You're not just competing against people anymore. Now you're competing against artificial intelligence. Do you know what I mean? For jobs. And the difference here is that you are the difference, in network marketing. And yes, everybody starts from the same place, Joey. You talked about this. Everybody starts from the same place. They start, with not knowing anything about it. But there's a system. There's a system in place. Like the company knows what to do. The organization knows what to do. They know how to do it. You just have to come and bring your reason why. And that reason why needs to be a strong enough reason to motivate you to do the work that you need to do, to learn the new skills, as you were talking about. One of those new skills is by, and you mentioned it, is by knocking on someone's door and asking them to buy some product for you. Oh, I don't like sales. I can't do sales. You do sales every day. If you're thinking about going and getting a new job, what do you think you're selling? You're selling you. You're selling yourself. So to say that you don't do sales or you don't like sales, you do it all the time. When you meet new people, you don't turn up and be an arsehole, do you? You turn up and be the best version of yourself. So you're always trying to sell yourself. So this is, and of course, you probably mentioned it already. You go and see a movie and you say to your friend, hey, Joey, did you see that movie yet? Oh my God, it was incredible. You should go and see it. I'm encouraging you to go and see it. I'm selling you a movie that I've just seen. Then you're going to go to the cinema. You're going to pay the cinema some money. The cinema don't come around and give me any money for telling you to go, Whereas these are how these companies are set up, and basically, very simply, if you get a customer and they spend 300 quid's worth of product, they buy 300 quid's worth of product, you're going to make 20%. You're going to make 60 quid bonus. They're just going to pay you, Imagine you get started on your own Kickstart program, Kickstart 90 program. You get a great result by Christmas, and your friends are like, what are you doing? And 4 or 5 of your friends say, hey, yeah, shit, I want to do that. Coming into the new year. Because don't forget, it's coming into the new year. What does everybody do in the new year? They set resolutions. because they want to lose weight, they want to get in shape, they want to do all this shit, Joey. You might sign 3 or 4 people up on a 300 quid program who are going to join that Kickstart program, and you're going to earn $240, just in commissions. And what if they have a great result and they share it with some people? What happens then? Not only are you going to get commissions, but you're going to get, product introduction bonuses, different things like this. So it's a no-brainer, Joey, for someone who's seriously considered, especially if it's a health-related thing that they're doing, right? If it's a health-related thing, it's a no-brainer. Are there other companies out there? Yeah. If you don't like this one, go and find one you like. If you don't like Joey, go and find someone else you like. Do you know what I mean? But do something. Don't turn around. Just don't sit around. Blaming the whole world. Expecting the whole world to change for your life to get better. You have to change for your life to get better. I was only thinking about you yesterday, Joey. Someone mentioned something about seasons, and I thought, yeah, Joey's absolutely right. Like there's a season. The season is for change. And like the farmer when he plants his seed, the soil. The seed doesn't ask the soil if it can pop out. It just pops out when it's ready. When it's got all the nutrients, all the personal development, whatever you want to call it, when it's read the right information, and then but it takes action, So damn, I do like this new site, this new content, don't it? It's good, isn't it?
Yep, and that's the beauty of our professional. You get in a low entry point, point that you can start a business with maybe less than $300, and then you build, and that's your investment for you to maybe drink the shake, eat the bar, drink the collagen or whatever you want to put it that way, or you want to give it to someone that you care about in your family to try it out for 30 days. And if it doesn't work out, you return the product and get your money back guarantee. But here's the thing: you don't have a warehouse, you don't have a logistic, you don't have to worry about the accounting side, the legal side. That's all the overheads that a traditional business will need to have. You don't have to worry about compliance and stuff like that. No, only you have to focus your time and effort is to share or sell or market the product to everyone. And how do you market it? Put it into your body. Let the product work within you. And when it's work, you can share your excitement. You can share the transformation. And when people see your transformation and how you feel and how you show up nowadays compared to 5 years ago, people think, if Joey have that kind of energy, that kind of have a look, I'm 44 and I feel like I'm more like 24. See the difference? My son can't keep up with me. He's 22 years old. When we go boxing, he have to ask me to slow down because I have more energy, more drive, more determination, more discipline because of this professional. Not only I flooding myself with the right nutrition, but I learn to become more, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And when people see that, it's very contagious. It's you have to be careful when you surround me, otherwise you're going to be attracted to me. And
exactly. Yes, you're right. But it's true, Joey. It's true because you've got magnetism, you've got charisma, you've got belief, you've got this belief in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, people, they believe in you. Do you know what I mean? So that because you when you're talking about this, it's like it's already done. It's like, I'm just on my journey. I'm on my path. But in my mind, it's already done. I'm heading in that direction. Hey, listen, if you want a piece of this, come along with me. Because I'm getting there. And I'm going to help a lot of people along the way. And that's exactly what you're doing. And that's incredible. So listen, look, Joey's link is on the screen right now. joeyunger1.isagenix, isagenix.com/en-au. Now, reach out to Joey, send him a direct message. He'll send you that link. Go and read all about it. Fill out a contact form. Let Joey get back in touch with you and tell you what the next steps are, if any. Right? I don't know if there will be any. Maybe you're just curious and you want to find out. Maybe you want to just get in touch with Joey and say, hey, listen, look, do you think you can help me? Joey will be the first to tell you if he can't. I swear he will. He'll just say, no, I can't help you. He told someone that the other day. There was a guy, shares a similar name with Joey, called Munger. And if Joey could have helped him, he would have done, but he couldn't help him, because of the situation or the circumstances in the country that he was in. Obviously, Joey, how many countries are you able to operate in with this opportunity?
Currently 24 now, but we're expanding more now, so we'll be more than 24. So that's the beauty of it. I don't only have an organization or business in Australia, in a different state of Australia, but my reach of I can build a different organization in different country. And what happened when you build in a different country is economy proof. So, for example, if America economy go down, Australia is still okay. New Zealand is still okay. Canada is still okay. That's why I love this business model, because I can stay in Australia, build different organization in a different part of the world, and money still rolling into one bank account, my friend.
Yeah, exactly. No, love it. Don't forget, Joey's link is on the description, is on the page right now. I should have put that in the description. I might go back in and edit that and put it in there. Or Joey, if you're on Facebook, just type it into the comments, will you? Just so that people can know where to get in and find out. And of course, look, that's amazing. Now, of course, I too am involved in the wellness industry, but I also have my own business. I'm going to share it with you quickly.
Absolutely.
Let me see. Yeah. So can I share a page? Let me see.
Because I have a story to share with your company product.
Oh no, this is different, right? But I can show you this. Obviously, my wife Kate and I, we set up this business, Pet Sitters Ireland, which is Ireland's largest, most recommended, most trusted in-home pet care company, probably Europe's largest independently owned in-home pet care company. Delivered well over 500,000 pet care services to thousands and thousands of customers all over Ireland. And pre-COVID, Joey, we had close to about 400 people working for us. We'd set up several franchises. We just won at the Irish Franchises Awards. It was amazing. And then, of course, something happened in the world environment that changed everything for a lot of people. High streets were all quiet. No one was going to work. Everybody was staying at home for a couple of years. Australia was on lockdown. Ireland was on lockdown. UK was on lockdown. Everywhere was on lockdown. Do you know what I mean? And, obviously we let a lot of franchises close without any penalty. But since then, and my favorite quote, you never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, you build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. And that's what we did. Let me see if I can pull this up actually. So, obviously we franchise, right? So, and we wanted to reinvent franchising, and that's what this is. It's franchise reimagined. It's an opportunity for people to start their own pet care company or own their own pet care business and keep every cent that you earn and to grow with a trusted brand. So for over 15 years, we're the most trusted brand, right? And of course, we've been on TV programs, we're in the newspaper, but we've literally created this new thing where you don't pay any royalty fees, you don't pay any administration fees, and you keep 100% of your earnings. Dead easy to get started, low barrier of entry. Just, like we were selling franchises at 20 grand a piece. This opportunity now, which is even better. Like when you think about a franchise, Joey, franchise is very much weighted towards the company. Yes, you're buying a model, one that's proven, so, all you need to do is work that model, follow that system, and it works. Same as network marketing. Don't care what anybody says, it's the same, right? So I wanted to do something different. I wanted to change things. I wanted to reinvent it. And, we took everything that's good in network marketing and in franchising, right? Where you've got this system that people can follow, but we kicked out all of the stuff that's bad, right? So we have a low barrier of entry. So instead of having to pay 20 grand for a territory that you can only operate in, we said, well, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to have a low barrier of entry for people to be able to buy a license to be able to deliver service under the brand name. But they can deliver service anywhere within the country that the license is issued in, right? So it completely opens it up to that person, right? For the whole country, not just a little territory like their local area, the whole country. Then we said, right, okay, we don't want them to pay license fee, administration fees, monthly administration fees. So we said, look, no more monthly administration fees, right? We said no more royalty fees, because with the franchise, you pay royalty fees back to for every dollar you earn, you pay 10 cents back to the company, right? And then you pay on top of that monthly administration fees. Could be $300 or more, right? Every month has to be paid back to the company. So we said, let's get rid of all that, and let's let the person keep every penny that they earn, right? And we just think that's really fair. So they can keep every penny they can earn. They can work, they can have customers anywhere in the country that the license is issued. And we're going to train them. We're going to teach them how to do it, and we've got all kinds of different things that we can teach them. So, I think, is it show on this page here? So yeah, keep 100% of your earning, ongoing training and coaching, trusted brand, flexible business model, wide range of services, community network. It's all about making a difference. The video here you can watch. And of course, you can go to this website. It's petsofdesign.com/academy, but we've got all this different training that you go through. Introduction to the PSI philosophy, excellence in pet care services. You get a page on the website, which you can market and share just the same way as you've got a page, just the same way as you've got a website, Joey. We want to give them that too. We're going to teach them how to set up their business, teach them, what services to offer, the terminology, or what to say, how to say it. Does this not sound like network marketing, Joey? Where contacting, inviting, following up, teaching people what to say, customer engagement, how to talk to people, pricing, quotations, follow-ups. Where have you heard of follow-ups before, Joey? The fortune is in the follow-up, right? All the done-for-you content. We just had a look at Joey's site where you had all that done-for-you content that you can market. We have the same thing, setting up social media. Joey's on social media. We're showing all Joey's social media just a moment ago, telling his story. And you can see the impact of his story from the photos of where he's lying in a hospital bed to where he's on the front page of a magazine, So free and paid advertising, we teach you how to do that. Best practice delivery. Then we get the advanced stuff, which softwares, how to use them, setting it up, how to grow your business. And what do we talk about in growing your business? Leverage. How to leverage, right? That is the essence of network marketing, leveraging. Now, this isn't network marketing. This is, similar to network marketing. Now, Joey, do you know one of the exciting things about what we're doing here? Because somebody asked me about it. Someone said, is there room to grow in this? And I said to them, yeah. I said, because, once we get started and we get a whole bunch of people going, the cream is going to rise to the top. The leaders are going to emerge from that group of people, Joey. And then from there, we'll be able to take those people and maybe we'll call them the founders group or the legacy group, and then from there, what we'll do is we'll teach them how to they can then go off and start selling the program themselves. Does that not sound like network marketing? It sounds exactly like network marketing, Joey. And that's what we're doing in our business. This is our business. This is a business that I own, that myself, my wife, Kate started. And this is what we're doing. We're taking it to a new level. And, this is definitely reimagined what we were doing before, building a new model, creating a new model to make the old model obsolete. And I'm super excited about what we're doing here. Now, one of the other things, right? Let me just get onto this. I'm just going to show you this more, right? Hold on a second. Hold on. Not prepared, Joe. Not prepared at all. Right. So I'm going to show this and I'll just share this. Right. And you can have a look. Now, in any business, right, you have your bread and butter stuff. So when we look at, this site here, so when we look at this, when we look at the Pet Sitters Island site, pet sitting services and different things like this, all of these different things, pet sitting, dog walking, wedding services, all the different services that we have, one of the different, we also have this, it's the bolt-on products and services where you can actually really make a fortune, right? So we use We have a bolt-on product where people can come and buy. Look at me. There's a picture of me, another video of me. Look, where people can buy supplements for their pets. So, there's bolt-on products. Now, we also have people products, right? And of course, there's people products where, people can be healthier, basically, So we've got people products, we've got pet care products. So even though we've got our bread and butter stuff, which is our pet care services, we also have bolt-on services. Because look, Joey, if you have customers, and you already know this, Joe, I'm speaking to the converted when I say this, when you have customers that already know you and like you and trust you for what you do, if you introduce a new product to them, it's likely they might buy it from you, right? And that's what it's about, because it is about sharing this stuff. And that's all we do. So in order for us to build a business and to have, customers who use our services, we still want to be able to introduce new products to them. What does that give us? It gives us an additional income stream, multiple sources of income. We talk about this stuff all the time, Joe. We talk about this is wealth creation, and it's not just for me, but it's for the people in our organization that want to take part of this opportunity. Those bolt-on products or services are there for them too. They can have their customers here. They can also have these bolt-on products and services where, again, they're going to earn every single penny, that they're going to keep every single penny that they earn. I'm talking about generating a real opportunity here, Joey. Not fantasy, something that's absolutely real. People say to me, well, Mike, how did your company make money? Well, our company makes money with the annual license fee. You have your annual license fee. Every year you renew your license fee. That's how we make money. That's it. Simple as that. But I want to help people to build their own business under our brand, wrap their personality in it. All I want for them is to be the best version of themselves, to take personal responsibility. Grow at your own pace. I don't care. We're going to be here to help and support. And that's what it's about, Joe.
Mate, you then have done a fantastic job, and you mentioned something. One word there is very important, and I want to quickly elaborate on that. Is the word that leverage. Mike, when I understand the word leverage, I used that in my investment journey in real estate, and then when I found out that in business, one of the important words is leverage. Instead of your 100% of your time and effort to earn, income, you can use other time and effort to make you income. And that's why I love what I do with the profession of our professional in the vehicle and the company that we with, because I have leverage. Other people, they don't have leverage. And, there was a quote that said, successful people or rich people look for network. Poor people look for work, and your network is your net worth. The people you hang around with will be the reflection of who you're going to become one day. And if you hang around with people that they say negative all the time, mourning and excusing and give reason all the time, you will end up become like that. That's why I surround myself with a total environment where I am. There's people that are more successful for me, because I learn if I am the smart person in the room, I'm in the wrong place.
Exactly, Joey. But look, I think you were gonna tell a story, about the more Mito products. I think were you going to tell about that, and that's fine. And then after that, I want to get your final thoughts, Joe. Your final thoughts on why people should do something for themselves, why they should do something for themselves, why they should, get into business. It doesn't have to be with us. It can be with another organization, it can be with another company, it can be with something that they feel passionately or strongly about. That's important. Now, they might feel passionately or strongly about being in business with you. That's even more important, because you want to work with people that want to work with you. You really do. And I tell that to people up front, Joey. And I say to people, look, you can come off this call and you might think I'm, God, I hate that guy. That's fine. I won't lose any sleep over it. I'll be okay. And they're like, no, I want to work with you, right? Because they do, because you have that passion, Joey, just like I have the passion for what I'm doing. You have the passion for what you're doing, and that comes across. And people, they want to be part of it, even if it's just to see you screw up. They want to be part of it. Do you know what I mean? They want to see how it's going to work out. So, tell us your story.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. One of the things that I experience, professional and with our company, your company, it's when I share our product with other people, one of the things they first look at is the value, it's the price tag. And I think when they look at the price tag, they will come up with this reason or excuses or objection. They will come up, but I can get this product for much cheaper from a supermarket, and it have the same purpose, like doing a lost weight or tired and stuff like that, much more cheaper. But here is what I found out: network marketing company, they produce premium high quality product. They can be focus on the money only, but they decided to focus on the impact, focus on the quality. That's why what you get from a network marketing company product is totally different, and the price, it's aligned with the value why you should have this product, because of the quality and the ingredients they decided to research and backed by science to develop a product that will impact the health and wellness of the consumer. So they put the value on top of the price tag, and that's why they focus on make sure that the quality of the product that they provide to the marketplace is one of the top quality.
Yeah.
And that's why you find it's cheaper in the marketplace, in the supermarket, because they don't care about the quality. They just want to sell. They don't
But
care
don't forget,
whether
Joey, they spend millions and millions and millions on advertising. They spend, and that's where their budget goes. The product doesn't have to be good, right? Because they can do a marketing campaign, a couple of $1 million on marketing, and they know that people are just going to go and buy it because they're marketing, they're selling it through their marketing. Whereas in network marketing, companies, they produce a quality product, an absolute brainstorming product, which is absolutely fantastic, and you're able to, when you sell it, because they don't have all of these massive marketing budgets, because imagine if they were doing the marketing budget, price would be on top of that, on top of that cost of that product again, because they have to get the money back. So the product is a great product, but that budget for marketing is then paid out in commissions because you are doing the marketing. You are the advertiser.
Yeah.
And if you can get good at that, and you could do it on social media if you want, you could do it on TikToks, you could do it on whatever you like. We see it with influencers. They're getting paid. And in fact, you have got an amazing opportunity for influencers out there, which is that brand partner. Are they still doing the brand partner? That's
Absolutely.
incredible. And where you can earn 30% on everything you sell. Like if you've got a following of 3,000 or 4,000 people, and let's just say 10% buy, there's 40 people and they all spend 100 quid. What's that? 40 times 100, that's $4,000 that someone could earn every month if they repeat purchase, because they get it paid every month. So there's definitely opportunities. That marketing budget is built into the cost and it gets paid out to you. It's not being spent by marketing. I get marketing companies ring me all the time, Joey, saying, "Oh, can we do your marketing?" And I'm like, "So hold on a second. You want me to pay you to do my marketing and not guarantee me any results?" And they're like, "Kind of, yes." I'm like, "We're fine, thanks." Right. But anyway, sorry, Joey, I interrupted. But
that's why most of the product that I put in my body nowadays, it's all come from those companies, because I know the quality is very different. And when I work out the price and when I break up the package, I save a lot of money in my grocery shopping when I use those products. Instead of putting whatever non-healthy stuff into my body, I start sipping and drink a shake, that it's all the nutrition that I need to fuel my body after a big workout in the morning, and and I still have the energy to be able to do the work that I love, impact the people that I know, and I still have the right nutrition to my body. Anyway, back to your company. When we met and you showed me that your product was make an impact on your dog, because there was something with your dog that and you were looking and searching for a product that help heal that problem. And I share with you that I play tennis, and I kind of like torn my meniscus. There, my meniscus in maybe horizontal, yeah, horizontal. And they told me there's two options. The doctor, um, either first one, either go through the knife and no guarantee to be fixed the problem, or stop the sport that I love, running, touch football, play tennis, and only walk or swim or just rowing. And I don't like those kind of sport, but I like what I do. So, you recommend to me, and I bought the product. It's just a cream that I just, what do you call, wrapping into the area that, have the problem. And guess what? I play tennis, I running, no problem. It might be different for someone else, the result, but it's working for me. That's why, I run out of my product, and I reach out to you. I said, look, I'm going to order another 2 jar from you, because I know, the product, the quality will work, not only in the short term, but in the long term. And that's why, before, when I first started, I used to kind of like hold back, shy to share the product, the thing that I drink, the thing that I, the collagen that I use with my wife every single day, never miss a bit. And we kind of like fight over it, because my wife are realizing that maybe I stealing hair collagen, but I'm not. She's drinking more collagen than I do. So, the quality is the different, and the impact is the different. So, uh, anyone can say anything what they want, but we can't control that. The only thing that we can control is the message that we share, because of the impact and how that product transform and change our life.
Exactly.
And our job as a marketer is to share that with the marketplace, whether they
Exactly.
buy it. It's all
And
on them.
everybody, like this is, listen, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to ask you your final thoughts, and you might include this in it. I don't know anybody, who would use it. You only have to go outside. There's hundreds of people outside. Do you know what I mean? You don't even need to know them, like, like a blind deaf monkey with a notice board saying, buy my products here, would probably sell some of this stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because people are going, oh, what is it? Because people want to know. They're looking for something. And, but yeah, right. Let me get Joey's final thoughts, and then we'll play out with the Bob Proctor, If You Can Dream It, You Can Do It video, which is, just a great video really for inspiring and motivating. And, but listen, motivation is temporary, discipline, consistency, and inspiration, your own self-inspiration, your own dream, your own reason why. These are the things that are going to keep you moving. Like we can motivate you here for, an hour or so, and get you pumped up, send you out on your way. But you have to have your own reason why you want to do something, why you want to change. You've got to remember Joey's reason was, because he didn't want what he had anymore. He didn't want what he had, and that was his reason to change. Do you know what I mean? Because of where he was. He didn't want that. Couldn't do what he was doing. Had to change, So Joey, give us your final thoughts.
Mike, every time you give me the opportunity to do the final thought, I feel like there is a pressure on me, because the video that we are going to watch it's like I'm gonna ruin the last conclusion of the movie. But it's an honor and a blessing for me to have that a part of the program tonight and every night. I feel like, sometimes I need to pass it on the ball to you, because I feel like, I don't want to drop the ball. But anyway, my journey, my story, I came from an island, and the things that where I am now, it's all I give back the glory and the credit to God, because that's my faith. I learn as I grow that I am God's highest form of creation, and I can change anything I want in life if I really want to. So, I didn't, I was born to be rich. I was born to have abundance. I was born to be wealthy. I was born to be healthy, successful. No matter what people point of view, if you believe in something in life, you have a purpose, and your purpose and your calling is different from other person's purpose and calling. But it's totally up for you what you respond for that calling and purpose. My life was changed when I was in hospital bed, and I make a committed decision that I will go out and change my world, change my situation, change my health, change my career. And when I found what I found in my journey, my reason, my purpose changed to give back, to give back to Australia in a form of service for the Australian Army, to give back to our community, to our church, to our family, in health and wellness, in the vehicle that I have to support them financially, start their own home-based business and support those people to build their own financial independence, whatever they want to do in life. And I have the team. I work in partnership with great mentors and people that I believe that they will help you. And one of the things that I know that hold a lot of people when they think about when I share with them our professional is they think I'm going to work alone. That's the thing. You're not going to work alone, because you have me, you have Mike, you have people that they support me, they mentor me, they coach me to hold you hand until, because everyone, just like with everything in life, it's like a newborn baby. We came, we didn't know how to run, we didn't know how to eat, we didn't know how to clean ourselves. Someone has to help us until we get to a point we're able to have the awareness, we're able to have the understanding and the skill to stand by ourselves, to learn by ourselves, and to do things by ourselves. But most importantly, that we're able to serve other people and make a positive impact in other people's life. And here's the challenge for you, from me and Mike tonight. Decide what you really, really want in life. Take an honest look at yourself, whether it's your health, whether it's your financial situation, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your spiritual belief and things like that. Where are you now? What is your number out of 10, 1 to 10? And if you know your number and you need to improve, remember, you can change it. Like Bob said, it takes only two things. It takes goals. Goal, GOALs. That's why a lot of people don't move forward in life. They don't have goals and they don't have the courage, which Bob used the word guts. When you have goals, when you have something in mind, this is where I want to go, and you have the courage to take risks, to go out of your comfort zone and chase after. Quit listen to people who don't believe that. Quit listen. If your environment I tell you that it's too risky, that no one done it before, move to another environment. Find the environment where you find people that they mentor you, that they will tell you, we've been there, we've done that, and we want to give it back to you, and we want you to success. And that's why I love our professional, because the people I work with, they want me to success, and even they want me to do better than them. And it's remind me, when I grow up, my dad used to say, whatever position in life that you see me achieve, I want you all, including my sibling and myself, to succeed there. And you know what? A lot of people in life, they never succeed what their parents have been achieving in life. And that's a sad thing. You can out-earn your parents. You can do better than your parents, because that's what they want. That's the legacy they want. And if you, in my journey now I understand. My parents, they didn't they bring me to this world to live under their legacy. They want me to create a different legacy. And most importantly, to pay it forward to other people. Show the way to other people. You are the light. You are the soul of this world. And go out there because you have a goal, you have a purpose, and you have a reason to live a purposeful and fulfilling life. Hey, I love you all. Do it now. Make it happen. Get it done. This is Joey Macaon here from Sydney, Australia. I'm here with Mike McGillian, my friend, all the way from Republic of Ireland, both entrepreneur, and we decided to say yes, tell the world, and figure it out. You're muted.
Rookie mistake. You know it. Well done, Joey. Amazing, beautiful. Couldn't have said it better myself. And anybody watching right now, feel free, reach out to Joey over Facebook or through the Isogenics website. Links were there. Hope you got them down. Joey will probably post them on his Facebook page anyway. So go there so you can reach out, get in touch. And of course, look, amazing, Joe. Great today, actually, because I was just so passionate listening to you and that enthusiasm that you have for what you do. Do you know, next week, I think I want to get into the real estate stuff that you do. I want to get into that, right? So I think we're going to stick on this theme because I'm interested. I'm curious. I'm curious about your gateway into it and when you got into it, whether it was before or after, 2020, because that's been quite a fast roller coaster ride. Do you know what I mean? A steep learning curve, but I think, and we'll save it for next week, but I think one of the keys here was getting the right mentors. Do you know what I mean? So I'm excited to learn more. Don't forget, tune in next week. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget, send us a comment or whatever else. We're super happy to get any comments and, get your questions answered. We're going to play out with my favorite video, right? Because I just think it's got everything in it. It just fires me right up, But again, analyze this video because the secret is in there. The secret to success is not just about the words. It's about how you interpret them and how you put them together, how you understand them. I learn from it every time I hear it. Right, I'm out of here. I'm going. Right, I'll see you later.
Thanks, Mike.
You see, we are created in a magnificent vibration, in an absolutely magnificent vibration. Born risk takers. Free. That conditioning takes place after birth. You can change it. It takes guts. It takes goals. Now, do you know something? You're sitting there watching this and you're thinking, by God, I'm going to change something. I always say, keep reminding yourself that you have tremendous reservoirs of potential within you, and therefore you are quite capable of doing anything you set your mind to. You really can. I don't care what the cynics tell you. Quit listening to some of your peers. Now, all you must do is figure out how you can do it, not whether you can or not. When are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? You've got to create a sense of urgency. I'm going to do it right now.
If you can see it, you can do it. But the beautiful truth is you can do anything. We got to know there is a place. There is a specific frequency. And if you get on that frequency, you're going to attract what you need to you. This is what it's all about. Why have you been endowed with such awesome powers? If you'll make a committed decision, this I'm going to do. And you don't have to know how. You do not have to know how. The second you make the committed decision, you flip your brain onto the frequency that you have to be on to attract what you have to attract to manifest the thing that you want. If you can see it, you can do it. It's got to be something you want. Wants come from inside. Act like you're already there. Walk, talk, speak, live like you're already there. Don't set a small goal. Don't set something that doesn't really wind your step. Set it so big it jazzes you. It really gets you going. When something of a very high nature resonates with the very high side of you, you'll know it. You'll know it. You will feel it. Feeling is conscious awareness of vibration. The only prerequisite, do you want it? Not do you need it, not could you do it. The only prerequisite is, do you want it? Take the lid off your marvelous mind and dream. For goodness sake, give yourself the right to do that. Get your analytical mind out of the way. Put it in your pocket for a while. All you're doing is exploring, daydreaming. What did Lawrence say? All men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night in the dusty recesses of their mind waken the day to find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act their dream with open eyes to make it possible. This I did.